Hello again everyone. Today I will show you how you can beat the Shaolin Shuffle Easter egg without Director's Cut. This guide is designed for the solo player, but it will provide useful information for groups too. I have to start out with a huge disclaimer. There's an invincibility glitch in this map that could help you beat the egg. If that interests you, go look it up. I've never personally done it because I think it takes away from the experience, so this guide will pretend it does not exist. In the pregame setup, make sure to put attachments onto your RPR Evo, UDM, and Kendalls. If you have variants for them, slap them on. I always suggest the Fate and Fortune hand of Mana Up, Irish Luck, Scope Dollars, Eagle Eyed, and Shop Class. If you want to bring in fortune cards, I would heavily suggest Skull Hacker. The Ghosts and Skulls game itself is very easy and will reward you with all the perks on the map and single pack punch guns from the box. Explosive Touch, Reanimated, and Hide and Seek can also be lifesavers. There are some other weapon variants that can be extremely helpful. The Mauler Sentinel, the Type 2 Butcher, and the RPR Evo Ripper are all highly suggested. The Butcher especially because it is a wall weapon and can annihilate the Rat King. Since the Easter egg cannot begin until the cheese unlock at round 5, rounds 1 through 4 are all about gaining points. You want to be able to have the entire map opened up by round 7. Make points on round 1 with 7 shots to the leg, then a punch. Head out towards the dojo and grab a UDM off the car. The UDM will be useful to weaken zombies down to 1 hit punch, which is very point efficient. On round 2, finish off your Kendall ammo, then shoot the remaining zombies once in the body, then punch. On round 3, 2 UDM shots to the leg will make a zombie 1 hit, and on round 4, it takes 1 shot to the leg and 1 shot to the body. Once round 5 rolls around, you will be able to pick up a chi. Use the round to get your shurikens. If it is a roller skate around on round 5, just make as much progress as you can and finish it on round 6. A neat trick with the cheese is that you can put it away using the same button you used to pull it out. If you do this just before a round ends, you are able to pick up a new bottle right as the new round begins. Make sure to be safe. If you started the rat cages on round 5 and ran out of juice before all 6 cages, don't go into chi immediately at the start of round 6. In chi mode you can't kill many zombies and you can be swarmed easily. Narrow down the round to just a few zombies before popping your chi. Another trick for the same situation is that the chi gores restock every 5 minutes. You could wait out that time to keep the rounds lower. I don't advise doing this because the money you get from going through the round can help you better set up to preserve yourself in the circle and face the ninjas after. Chances are that you will have not turned on all the powers by the time you start rat cages. The rat can travel through the tunnels connected to spawn even if those doors aren't open. If you see the rat do this, immediately run to the other side of the tunnel. The rat will only ever walk through spawn towards Tough Enough, then right up the stairs or the same route in reverse. The rat is very slow, so you should be able to catch up to him on the other end. Don't forget to use your audio cues. The rat is a lot easier to hear than see. When you finish the 6th rat cage, it will spawn a yellow circle. When trying to fill it up with souls, make sure the zombies themselves are in the circle. It doesn't matter where you are when you kill the zombie as long as they are in the circle. The UDM should do good enough headshot damage to keep you safe, but if you want to grab your RPR Evo now, trade in your UDM for it. You don't want to lose your Kendalls because they're good in the boss fight. If you're in danger, don't be afraid to take a quick loop around the map and return to the circle. Once the circle disappears and the ninjas start spawning, make sure to kill them quickly. A toy robot from the table outside the dojo can help tremendously, but will kill other zombies unnecessarily. After you open the locker, you have to shoot the symbols. I always remember 1, 2, 1, 2. The first symbol, the second symbol, and the first then second symbols. You should be around 7 or 8 for this first Rat King fight. You'll want to have a single pack-a-punch RPR Evo, Tough Enough, and Up and Adams before starting the fight. His most dangerous attack is his slam, so keep your distance. If he spawns ninjas, consider keeping the last one alive so you don't end the round. Shooting the 6 symbols around the map is the most tedious step of the egg. There are a few tricks that can help you finish it faster. The symbol on the rag laying on a clothesline outside Deadshot can be shot from the rooftop near the RPR wallby. Just pop your eye, then shoot the rag where the symbol is on the other side. If it is there and you hit it, it will make an obvious effect. Until you are comfortable with knowing where the exact spot is, you may want to double check. It took me way too long to notice, but there's a gap you can look through to see the symbol spot in the subway. No more need to try and hit a jump shot. The symbol on the water tower on the roof of Disco can be seen from the electric trap bridge near the boombox spawn. You can shoot the symbol in the air vent a similar way to the symbol on the rag. This time it is standing near the Skull Buster machine. If you learn these spots, you can avoid going up to the roof of Disco during your loops around the map. After you find all 6 of your symbols, it's time for Morse code. To understand the method I use, you have to understand some things about the Morse code numbers themselves. They are super simple. Every number is 5 digits long. Numbers 0 through 5 start with the same number of dots as the number they are, and then are filled with dashes to reach 5 digits. Numbers 6 through 9 start with a dash for every number above 5 it is, and then are filled with dots to reach 5 digits. You're going to have to be able to figure out these in your head, but you will have plenty of time to think it through. So the information that my method depends on is that if you know the first and third numbers, you will know your poster number, and that an individual Morse code number can only swap up to 1 time between dots and dashes. For example, if the end of the transmission is a single dot, the only number it can be is 9 because we know 4 dashes had to come before it, and 4 numbers above 5 is 9. What I do is listen for the first and last set of dots or dashes. I do this by counting until the dots and dashes swap, or my count reaches 5. For example, if I counted 3 dashes before it swapped to dots, that is 3 more than 5, also known as 8. As soon as I figure that out, I start counting again, but immediately forget the count every time it swaps between dots and dashes. The only count that matters at this point is the one that ends the transmission. If the beeps end, you keep your count and do the same thing as last time, but you have what the number ends with. For example, if it ends with 3 dashes, we know it started with 2 dots, so the number is 2. This method takes some practice, but should be able to help reduce the amount of things you're concentrating on. If you want to figure out the first number on your first listen and the third number on your second listen, that could be helpful too. I made an unlisted video to help practice this, link in the description. In case that was too confusing, here's a quick example.
You've reached AJ's line. How can I, service you?
Sometimes zombies give you a hard time on the phone, and a useful tool is the boombox. It works just like a monkey bomb, and it can afford you the time to take a good listen. You cannot pick up a poster until you fully listen to the call, so make sure you allow the call to end on its own at least once. And make sure you pick up the right poster or you will have to shoot those darn symbols again. After you find the poster and put it down on the spotlight, get your main weapon ready and toss your frag grenade. I try to time the grenade so it blows up on entrance. When the ninjas start spawning, stand, training the last zombie near quickies, and shoot them from afar. If you did the Skullbuster machine, be careful not to accidentally hit your symbols with blue bolts. There's a safe spot to reload out in this corner. This step usually requires you to cross-reference the letters on the wall with the list of words and the cipher. I created an easy-to-use solver that can do this automatically for you. Just put in the first letter and it will show you the possible next symbols. There's a high chance you will encounter an ambiguous case, and I am not aware of any logic behind which one to shoot. Just make a guess. Each time you press the symbol you shot, the solver will show the next letter. There's a link in the description. The Rat King fight on the rooftops is no different from the previous one, but it is more important that you keep the round from changing. If you aren't capable of instantly taking down the rat, he will probably turn your zombie into a ninja. If he does this, just be aware of him and keep chipping at the big guy's health. After churning in the brain, you have to make the round end 3 times. There are many safe places to train on this map, but the best 2 are just outside Pack-a-Punch and down in the Rat King's lair. Find the one you prefer and use that to stay safe during the rounds. When the round dwindles, head out for the things you need to buy. When talking about loadouts, it is best to get a good gun from the box. The RPR Evo is good enough and is consistent on points, but without a variant like the Ripper, the boss fight can be a struggle. You may want to spend the box for an Atlas, Augur, Mauler, VPR, or FHR, all of which are leagues above the RPR. When your 3 rounds are up, the game will teleport you to the dojo. The fire at the edges of the area are lethal and appear before your character is teleported. This means that if you're standing where the fire will be when the teleport happens, you will be dead, so avoid this part of the map. I highly suggest bringing a boombox to take out any risk or panic from this tiny lockdown. Simply take out the zombies and grab the turnstile piece. After shooting the symbol through the window, you will have to fill up 6 soul circles. Just like the previous one, these only count zombies if they die in the circle. The most dangerous spot is just beneath Deadeye Dewdrops. Zombies can easily block the narrow exits. Don't be afraid to use a single pack punch Kendall. Next comes the most dangerous step of the Easter egg, Disco Zombie. The main reason you can die is the fact the zombies jump down from the bridge. When they do this, their collision is wonky and can block you or toss you easily. When looping in this room, beware of the zombies dropping down and don't get in their way. Make sure to avoid the inner side of the railing on the dance floor, as you can be blocked with no direction to dodge in. A really cool trick is to drop a boombox in the middle of the dance floor and quickly finish the step while no zombies are going after you. Just make sure you work quickly enough to finish the step before it goes off. After that step, don't feel the need to immediately fight the Rat King for the heart. You can do that once you're done getting set up. Until about round 20, you are just going to be making points. You will want to double pack punch both the RPR Evo, or whatever weapon you like, and the Kendalls. Remember that the double pack Kendalls don't hurt you even without bomb stoppers. The perks I suggest are Up and Atoms, Tough Enough, Quickies, Bang Bangs, and Racing Stripes. Safety is #1 priority. I swear I've heard that somewhere. Get your upgrades at the end of rounds and only stay in your training spot during the middle of rounds. In case you forgot how to get double pack open, just punch open the door outside pack and the door next to Racing Stripes, and hit the button while leaving pack and run through the portal to grab your fuses. You let the train run over them to give them charge, and you're good to go. As soon as you're set up, wreck the rat and give Pam the heart. The boss fight is a real challenge. Nothing here takes the damage you want it to. It starts with the damage phase. It takes quite a few mags to take him down. If he starts bringing out the ninjas, they become much more important than the boss damage. Slower movement makes taking them down much easier. If you just sprint along the outside edge, they will teleport on top of you and hurt you. Don't let that happen. If you can stand in one end of one of the pipes along the edge of the arena and spam Kendalls, you should be able to take down all the ninjas as they teleport to you. It doesn't really matter which item you choose first, but I prefer the brain in case I don't have much ammo going into the fight. This step annoyed me for a long time because it is not well communicated both in-game and in tutorials. The way it works is that the purple-eyed zombies need to look at the brain until certain timers are filled. The Rat King will try to kill them as they do this. If you hit the Rat King with the shuriken while he's in his attack animation, he loses his slam attack for a while. This will speed up the step by a good bit. You're going to want to limit the amount of zombies you kill during the fight. The more new zombies coming into the arena, the more danger. It is much easier to deal with the zombies that are already on ground level. Save the max ammos for when you need them. It may become important if the ninjas take a lot of your ammo. Again, ninjas are the most dangerous part of this fight, and you shouldn't shoot the boss if any are still alive. I always do the heart next. It is the scariest of the 3. You are on a tight timer and have to do a really good job at controlling the zombies. For you co-op people, make sure no one is just training in the middle. This will lower the zombie density for the people trying to make progress and will probably lead to running out of time. The Kendalls are good for this part. Don't be afraid to kill too many zombies. They are tanky, and it is better to kill 3 on one spot than let them pass up that spot completely. The acid will start to burn you if you stand in it for too long, even after a kill has been made on it and it is no longer visible. So frequently take a step out of the acid. The ice step is the last one I usually go for. The trap in the room can give you time to safely shoot the symbols. Some people like using the Kendalls for this. They work well, but are kind of wonky sometimes, so don't be afraid to swap to your bullet weapon for some of the more tricky ones. If the trap runs out and you have not finished the step yet, a boombox can buy you a little more time. After that is just one more damage phase. Be sure to prioritize your life over boss damage. Getting greedy here can still end the run. Once the cutscene begins, take a moment to celebrate and then pick up the soul key. Congratulations! You've beaten the egg and gotten one step closer to Director's Cut. If you are uncertain which Easter egg the game knows you've done, press the barracks menu and check how many symbols you have around your soul jar. Well, I hope this helps or entertains you or something. Sorry it took so long. I'd actually like to post a video for every map from X Zombies to BO4, so that is the goal for the channel. A big thanks to Menobot and Salty Clicker for helping me improve the script. Please like and subscribe. Good luck on your runs.